Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you could join us here on this October the 24th, 2022. And quite honestly, just looking briefly at the incident pages, it is pretty chaotic out here this morning. Some of this could have to be associated with the weather. We'll get a check of the weather from our friends with the Weather Watchers Club here coming up at 7:15 now. But again, leaves plenty of extra travel time, especially in the Elmwood Park area. Getting into Paramus on the Parkway, of a crash investigation taking place there. It's really messing traffic up. I just want to thank our traffic spotter, Nancy, for letting us know about that crash here this morning. 7:09 is our time. Hope we had a great weekend. And depending which way of the coin you look at it, decent day for New York sports. In other ways, it's a darker day. Yankees just got completely overplayed, overmatched, outmanaged, the whole deal by Dusty Baker and the Astros. Yankees get swept by losing 4 straight to the Astros. So the Astros play the very, very upstart Philadelphia Phillies come Friday night in Game 1 of the World Series. That game will be in Houston. So congratulations to the Phillies. I think the Yankees have a lot of hard decisions to make in the offseason. Obviously, the first is going to be about Aaron Judge, to see what happens with him. He is now a free agent, and there are, 9-figure totals. I mean, could Aaron Judge be the first billion-dollar man? It's not out of the realm of plausibility there by some team. Be it the Mets, Steve Cohen's got a lot of cash, so we'll see. $1 billion over 15 years. I mean, look what they gave to A-Rod, 20 years ago, whatever, like $275 million. And everyone thought that was the most insane contract in the world. But, now you have guys like Verlander out there, making, I don't know what he makes, 25-30 million a season. Scherzer, all the top names in baseball. But so the Yankees will have a lot of offseason decisions to make in the next 6 months or so before we get started with spring training again. But Houston was just the better team. Can't. But anyway, speaking of better, you can see the new trophy up there on the back. So the Cadillac, we finally got a trophy there for the Galloping Eagle Cruisers, the car show. Actually took place yesterday, surprisingly, with the weather. But I'm glad they did, obviously, for my own purpose. But it was a good show, benefits a good cause. Several, unfortunately, sick children needed some help. So, donated quite a bit of money, so which is fantastic. I mean, that's what it's about. It's not so much about the cars, but there was about half the turnout, just because of the weather. But anyway, so we have the brand new trophy to the wall here. So we thank the Galloping Hill Cruisers, City of Linden. Did a nice job putting that show on yesterday, and maybe tomorrow we'll be able to. I'll get some pictures from the show, and we'll see what we're. If I can show you pictures. I don't think I can do it while we're on the air because I got to download some stuff. But we'll save that for tomorrow. Anyway, let's open up the comments section here this morning. Let me just move my paperwork out of the way. Sorry about that. Let's go to the comments. Alexander says, good morning. Good morning, Alexander. Good morning to you, my friend. Good to see you. This half hour is sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. And hopefully, Alexander, you are working from home because it is fairly chaotic. As we go to the maps here, let's get into it for the next couple of minutes very quickly. Parkway here, emergency maintenance on the Parkway north of 155A. All traffic being diverted off at 155A due to a motor vehicle accident. Wow. What is going on here? Parkway northbound south of 159 between Route 46 and 80. 295 approaching 76, we got one lane shut there. Outer roadway, truck lanes crash out by interchange 6. Parkway here, northbound before, north of 156. And there's another crash north of 142 in Hillside. Another crash here on the shoulder in Homedale. Another one in Cranford. Southbound going up to 137. So, part of this is this weather. And, you can see just the chaos here on the Parkway getting up in towards Route 80. That accident investigation, as we widen up the maps, it's just mass chaos here this morning. And a lot of it is the weather is playing a big factor. I saw earlier Connecticut, I think, has some kind of a truck fire or something. At East Hartford, 84 between 52 and 53, 2 lanes are shut. 95 southbound, 29, 27, 2 left lanes are shut there with a crash. So just mass chaos here this morning. I think it's partially the weather. Grand Central eastbound at the Cross Island, 3 lanes are shut. Long Island now. Dial this in. Nothing there. We'll go to the Hudson Valley. I'm sure this is good for about 10 broken down vehicles. Thruway north at 10. I think that's on the Tappan Zee Bridge. Putnam 84 westbound approaching Pauling, White Plains. Shoulders out, and the Cross County Parkway westbound approaching Midland Avenue. The ramp, the shoulder is out with a crash there. All right, so let's go to the weather center. Let me just see who is doing our weather. Chris Janelli is our weather watcher of the day. So we will go to the Weather Watcher studio and get a check of this forecast. Good morning, Greg.
Let's get on with the Tri-State Traffic Show weather update. Looks like we've got a rainy start to the week, but temperatures do remain steady, even as we see cloudy skies and potential rain for the next few days. For the AM commute, there is going to be low visibility because of the fog. Starts about 8 a.m. and continues all the way around 4 p.m., where it starts to clear up a little, but we are planning on possibly seeing drizzle and maybe even showers later into the day. For tonight's lows, we have 60 across the board in Trenton, Piscataway, and Toms River, 54 and 61 up near Sussex and New York, and we've got that 60 near Wildwood and Atlantic City. Moving on to the 7-day forecast, there is that rain that I spoke of for the first few days. We've got an 80% chance tomorrow, but it lessens down to a 40% chance and finally goes away near Thursday morning, where we do start to see the sun again, and it sort of goes away again near the end of the week. The temperatures, though, looking better. 66 degrees near the start of the week and staying generally that area to the end with a 63.
Thank you, Chris. And for some reason, boy, my head is in the clouds here. I called you Greg again. I oh my goodness gracious. Wow. So I apologize. That's Chris Janelli there in the Weather Center. So thank you, Chris, for the forecast. Let's do a quick sponsor here. Again, our sponsor is the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery.com. 908-272-3000 is the phone number, and 22 North Avenue West is the address. I have to go back to we got to get back to the action here this morning because it is just mass chaos out here. Now, you can see what the weather is doing up here in Bergen County. Look at this parkway here. It is starting to flood out just a little bit. Heading north out of the toll plaza here this morning. Let's go to 155P. You can see that is all just jacked and tuned up here this morning. So let's go back to the maps. So our crash is somewhere in here between 46 and the Bergen tolls. Somewhere it's somewhere in here, and I think that they're, again, our last incident page here this morning says northbound emergency maintenance in the Parkway, all traffic diverted off at 155A because of the motor vehicle accident. So there, excuse me. So it's between here and here. This part of the Parkway heading north is shut. And also, you saw that camera. It is just a deluge of water. I mean, it is just pouring buckets. So yeah, so that is really one of the biggest stories, especially if that parkway is shut. And again, you can see here at 55p, there is nobody moving into Route 19 this morning. So give me a moment. One thing here, I just want to look up something on my phone. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, so that's the big story here this morning is the full closure of the parkway going north at 155. 19. So whatever this accident is, now again, I'm assuming that they're one in the same. This Go with the logic here, friends. Go with the logic here. It says police department activity, emergency maintenance in the Garden State Parkway northbound at 155A. That's Route 19, northbound exit only. Okay, we got that. All traffic diverted off exit 155A due to motor vehicle accident. Essentially, they're saying in no certain terms that the parkway is shut. I don't know why they just don't say that. And then they have crash investigation of the parkway northbound south of 159, Route 80 in Elmwood Park. 2 lanes are shut. Then they have 2 lanes shut going north. They're not letting any traffic getting past 155A. So I guess this is the newest piece to this. And then they're saying, and the crash is here. It's actually, it looks like it is out by 46 is really where the crash is. One second. I gotta do one last thing. Phone's blowing up here. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. This is getting nuts here. Give me 1 minute. So just got another update. So I'm not sure what the hell this thing is at 155A. Unless they're letting vehicles. So again, our traffic spotter Nancy just texted me and said that she's at 150. She's coming up to 156, which is right in here. So that doesn't lay any credence to having the parkway shut here at 155, unless she was in this traffic. She was in this traffic and they're just letting it through, and then they're not letting any other traffic come through that section. Um, yeah. So just trying to get a handle on this. Unfortunately, there's no cameras. Again, this is at 155p. So again, unless they just, I'm not sure. I can't get a handle as far as what what the Turnpike Authority is telling me. This doesn't make any sense. It's either it's open or it's not. It's one of the two. You can't have, hit the refresh again. I got a feeling it's going to say the same thing. Yeah. So, hmm. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to interpret all this here, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. It says all traffic diverted off at exit 155A. That to me means that it's shut. Now, again, it could be a situation. I mean, look, I've seen this happen before. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen this before, where they're going to set up the AI unit to come in and investigate the crash, but they need to get the 155A. So, like I said, I've seen this before where they've got to get the traffic out of here. You can't have these people just sitting in here. And if it's a situation where state police believe that it's not going to affect the investigation, again, there's 4 lanes, I think, here in this section of the parkway. Then they will try to, I think, maybe alleviate, because these folks here are just stuck, and there's no reason to leave these people just stuck here for however long in the rain. So if they were able to get them on the move and then continue to close it off here and push traffic off to Route 19, possible. But honestly, I don't even know if I believe that, because Route 19 would be backed up fairly substantially, which it is getting out to Route 80. But I don't know. This one perplexes me. I don't know. And unfortunately, dare I say it, to listen to other media have choppers, they're not flying because of the weather. So, holy cow. I'm going to do this very quickly. And I'm going to take a short break for a second here. Anna, yeah, good morning. Buenos dias. Just mass chaos out here this morning, unfortunately. I'm going to just blow this camera up just slightly so you can get a better grip of that. I'm going to put this up. I'm going to make a quick phone call here so we can get some more details on this, because this is really interesting to me that I just can't figure out why they would leave that up. I'm going to switch our sponsors to the Shaved Cave and also Maxim Motor Cars. Let me do this. Let me play little tunes here for you. I will be back here in just a minute. information about our crash here from our traffic spotter, Nancy, on the road, who has been sitting in this traffic for over 90 minutes on this Garden State Parkway. So here's the deal. So we go back to, go back to the maps now. So the crash is just before the exit for Route 20 here off of Route 46. It's right in here. So all traffic is being pushed over to the right lane. Now, she said that she at first she thought it was going to be everyone getting off from Route 20. It's not the case. Now, again, I do not know whether this is closed here and they're just allowing this traffic to come through, and then they're going to do their investigation this morning. That I don't know, but all I know is that the crash is right here. It's like a 3-car wreck in the 3 lanes, 3 left lanes. Just see exactly if where that would be right in here. No, where I am. Patterson, I think. That's Clifton, actually. That's Route 20. So it's right in this stretch here, Garden State Parkway. It's right here before the Route 20 bridge. Right in here. Let's see. Those the 2 left lanes are shut just before 156. Right in here, right before 156. That's where our crash took place. So, and then she said there was some kind of debris or something further up, closer towards the Bergen Toll Plaza. Catastrophic delays on this GSP. Catastrophic. I mean, it's just, we hope that, pray that everybody will be walking away from this. But, when they have this, have an investigation set up like this, there's, it's a tough deal, unfortunately. Um, all right. So let's regroup here. Let's reset. The show has been off the rails, been nuts already. Mass chaos here. First up, what I want to do is go to Chris in the Weather Center in just a minute, but I want to show you the radar to show you where some of this rain is now. This is the latest snapshot at 7:34, 6 minutes ago. So our heavier showers here that just rolled up the parkway just minutes ago are up here in towards northern Bergen and Passaic counties, now crossing into Rockland and Orange County. So the thruway is awfully wet. So it was 84. And then we've got more showers out to the west through Somerville, Manville, Gladstone, Peapack, Bedminster, 287, 78, and then out towards 80, 46, through Hackettstown, Washington Township, 78 is a soggy ride. The shore communities look pretty good until you get down towards Atlantic City, Egg Harbor City, central breadbasket here of Burlington County, Mount Holly, Willingsboro, Bedford Lakes, Lindenwold. So it again is a sloppy mess out here in certain areas with this rain. Okay, so let's regroup now because New Jersey right now, right as we speak at 7:41, is getting hit the hardest. So let's run it all down. So the big one again is this Garden State. Let's open up the issue, the incident pages. So got this parkway now. Again, this is at 7:06. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that the parkway is essentially shut at 155A. I just don't know. My feeling is I'm looking at this camera here this morning, looking at this camera, that the parkway is shut, even if it was just one right lane, because then they would still be, but I don't know. I can't tell you for certain. Somebody knows anybody, call them in the car or whatever and give us an update. Further south of Route 19 is where I need to know whether that's closed or not. I do not know. According to this, Turnpike Authority is saying, yes, it is shut. But, and it's not the right lanes, it is the left lanes that are shut here just before 156. That's the two left lanes are shut. Now, I don't know why. There's a million things here and they haven't updated much here in the last hour. So they're saying crash investigation on the Parkway northbound, south 159, Route 80. Two right lanes are shut. Then they have a crash with injuries northbound, south 156. Two left lanes are shut. I don't know whether these are one and the same crash. They're just at different times. They just didn't put it into one incident, which is possible. All right. So we got that. So now we also have 9 shut southbound north of Sea Isle Boulevard in Dennis Township. All lanes are shut, going both ways there. Shouldn't cause too much of a problem except locally. Western Spur exit ramp at 15W. Everything is shut there with a crash. Crash with injuries 202 south just before Route 22 in Bridgewater. That's a problem. Let's see. 206 north and south of 195, Bordentown. Right lane shut there. So let's go to W. Of course, just when we want the cameras to work, you can't. So we're north of 15W. What exit is that? Right in here. So it's north of 15W. There's no exit there. Northbound ramp to 15W. Well, I'm looking at that, and this is north of 15W, and I still see traffic. I'm a little perplexed here as far as what's going on with the Turnpike Authority this morning. I think they're just overwhelmed, honestly. And I get it. I've been there. I've been there in many storms, 20 some odd years doing this. I get it. I get it. It gets difficult to get information, especially on these rainy days, these bad weather days. So take things with a grain of salt. We appreciate all the work that the Turnpike Authority does in putting these incidents out. This stuff is not easy trying to get this stuff right and starting to get it in because it can be kind of challenging to try to, you know, get the proper information. You're only working with the information you can get. That's really all it is that it's just the information you can get. All right. So let's regroup again. So Parkway North may or may not be shut at 155. There is some sort of investigation out by Route 46 and 156. Okay. South along 208 is a mess. The normal spots here, Cedar Hill, all the way down to Route 4, both ways of Route 80 in Patterson, just getting wrecked here from Route 23 all the way out to the Garden State Parkway through Patterson, um, Patterson, Woodland Park, Totowa, out towards Lodi, 17, Rochelle Park, Route 4, both ways at Hackensack Avenue is busy. Look at 2021 getting all the way up into the Route 2046 interchange is getting hit hard as people who are watching the Tri-State Traffic Show, I hope, hopefully we'll say that, or other media are looking at delays here because they're bailing out here Route 3 who would normally go to the Parkway. So this is why this is getting heavier. And even 17, I think, is picking up extra traffic as word is getting out for friends in Lyndhurst, Nutley, as well as Clifton and East Rutherford as you approach on in to 6. So your Parkway is just essentially the delay starts back at 143 all the way to 159. Just avoid the Parkway. Turnpike, again, whatever is going on here to the Western Spur, you maybe want to stay with the Eastern Spur instead. Just jacked up here from south of 13, north 13A up to 15E. West on 78 is heavy here. That's normal stuff on the 24 passing them all at Short Hills, both ways at 287. 24, just a lot of delays there. 80 is getting crushed here from 28 all the way out to 42. Again, this is a lot of this is weather related, friends. There's just no way to get around it. Traffic and weather always go together. 80 from the Gap all the way to 46 looks good. So does 78. Little congestion here at 287. Let's dial in that accident here, at least if it's still there. It's right here by the ramp to Route 22. Bridgewater and southbound 287, typical delays in exit 12. Then both ways coming into exits 1 and 2 in Edison and Metuchen. Again, the Turnpike still getting hit hard here from 11 all the way up to 13. Parkway 135 up to 140, but try not to go any further to the north. Easton 78 or 22 get you out to the Turnpike. It's going to be the better ride. Parkway across the Driscoll Bridge is fine. Again, this is where things are a little drier. North along Route 9, we're seeing a lot of traffic here at 748. Getting into Old Bridge, 29 through the Trenton Tunnel. Again, Monmouth, Ocean counties, surprisingly quiet. We've got 4255 crowded into the 295 interchange, and then both ways at 295, pretty heavy out to exit 30 or so. Let's go to 55, AC Expressway, Avalon, Seattle City, Wildwood, Cape May is fine. Okay. Let's take a pause here for a brief moment. We're going to bring in Chris Janelli from the Weather Center with another check of your forecast, and then we'll get back to the action. Chris, take it away.
Here's your Tri-State Traffic Show weather forecast. It's going to be a rainy start to the week and cloudy skies for the next few days, including some rain and drizzle where there isn't rain, but temperatures do remain steady, so there's that to look forward to. For the AM commute, there is going to be some low visibility. Be careful when you're driving. And that fog, it will persist until about 4 p.m., where it is exchanged with a bit of drizzle and that chance of rain that I mentioned. Looking at the temperatures for New Jersey, we've got usually 60 degrees across the board, 54 up in Sussex and 59 down in Millville, but generally getting that same temperature.
Thank you, Chris. And good morning to you. Busy there in the Weather Center. So let's get back to the action here at 7:50. Again, we're sponsored by Maxim Motor Cars as well as Shave Cave, 1471 Raritan Road, and then outing in 303 West Clinton Street for Maxim Motor Cars. That's Route 15 out in Dover, New Jersey. So we go to transit, one canceled train in the Morrison Essex, one on the coastline, Raritan Valley. 15 minutes late because of congestion there, and Hudson Bergen light rail departure 8th Street to Hoboken is canceled mechanical issues. Let's run down path now. I don't know if Alexandra is still with us, whether she's at home or in the city. Hopefully you're at home instead of dealing with this mess. Hoboken World Trade is delayed. Just getting a train with mechanical problems there. Look for that. Let's go to our Hudson River crossings now. Dial those in. Looking at on average, about 40 to 45 at the George, half at the Lincoln, about 35 to 40 at the Holland Tunnel. All right, so I know we've been focusing in here on New Jersey. Let's bring in New York City because we're going to come back to Jersey here again because that parkway is one of the biggest stories in the area. Crash investigation, University Heights Bridge, westbound. I think that's coming out of Bridge. That's coming out of the Bronx into Manhattan. I think. All right, so let's go back up to the city now. Parkway, picking up some traffic here in Brick. Let's go to we got the eastbound side of the expressway across Staten Island is just S all the way from the West Shore over the Verrazano. West on the belt is just jacked up here from Pennsylvania Avenue all the way through to Bay 8th Street. Down Gowanus to normal stuff here. Across the top of the world, getting out to the Brooklyn Bridge in either direction. The Battery Tunnel is about 15, 20 minutes there. North on the FDR Drive, we're heavy here getting into the Williamsburg Bridge. Southbound on the BQE is just a mess from Queens Boulevard all the way to the Willie D. Midtown Tunnel, about 15 to 20, about 10 at the Ed Koch. FDR Drive, pockets of volume here in the 80s. Southbound here on the drive is heavy from the 130s down into the night area about just before 96th Street. The west side, though, actually doesn't look bad. North on the Deegan here, passing Willis Avenue, is a bit sluggish. What's this here? Crash on the Deegan now at the Cross Bronx. We'll investigate that in a second. Everything coming out of Yonkers, the Thruway Deegan combo, Bronx River Parkway into Allerton Avenue is crowded. North on the Bruckner is jacked up both ways here at the Hutch. West of the Cross Bronx, heavy, normal spots there. Let's go to the city DOT cameras. Let's focus in on the in here going south. This catastrophe. Wow. These guys are these crews are out here working. Look at that. Wow. A whole new Major Deegan. It's nuts. For a moment. Oh, these are the construction vehicles, I see. I don't get which way what they're doing there on the Deegan, but all right, well, I don't see anything. University Heights Bridge. This? It is. Wow. The old man still got it. Looky there. Look at that. Uh-oh. I'm home today, most likely working from home this week, as Aaron most likely has COVID. Oh, no. Still waiting for the PCR results. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. Oh, goodness. Oh, he feels better. Hope you don't test positive either, but lots of water. And, look, if you have to, if you've got to call out of work for some reason, even though you're working from home, certainly do it. If you feel tired, you've got to get the rest. That's the biggest thing, is the rest. Take it when you feel tired, because it'll kind of sneak up on you from having COVID already at the beginning of the year. So again, lots of fluid, get some Gatorade, replenish those electrolytes and stuff. Yeah, so fingers crossed that he's okay. So, but sorry to hear that after such a wonderful time in Hawaii and everything, and then coming back to this. So yeah, so we'll be thinking of you. So let's see. I had COVID back in June. I worked through it at home. Biggest regret. Yeah, if you can call out of work again, you're able to do that. That would be the way to go. All right. So there's University Heights Bridge shut down going to Manhattan. There it is. Salsa con fuego. So that's out of service. Going to Eastern Queens, just the Bacchanal traffic here on the LIE, the Grand Central, outbound Jackie. The Bell passing the airport, north on the both ways, the Van Wyck and Hillside. North on the Cross Island, it's messed some Sunrise Highway all the way up into the Bayside Marina area. Dial in the Long Island incident page, shall we? Picking up a lot of viewers here, which is great. Long Island, no incidents per se. Um, Kind of fairly normal traffic here for the most part. Um, LIE 39, Northern State into Lakeville, Town, by Park Road, both ways of the Southern State into the Meadowbrook, and then again into the Wantagh Parkway is crowded west on the LIE out to 135. That's going to be busy. West on the LIE at Deer Park Avenue is heavy. West on the LIE is busy from 112, exit 60 into 55 or so. Sunrise Highway west here into Urge is busy. Again, a little bit more rain fell earlier this morning out to the Hamptons, Tuckahoe, Watermill, Bridgehampton, East Hampton, over to Montauk. But traffic is fine. Let's go to CT. Getting hit hard. I apologize for my Connecticut friends for not cycling back to this with that accident. It's just that Parkway thing was just a bigger issue at that point than 95. So we've got our delays here. Bridgeport actually thinning it out. Trumbull will go 52 all the way 52 to 35. It's heavy. 95, really the heaviest of our traffic is 20 through about exit 5. South on the 8 and 25 is crowded, getting out to 95. Then north on 95 up to West Haven will go about exit 40 up to 43, give or take. In that area, go to the Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley, incident-wise, surprisingly, has been fairly not too bad. East in the Cross County is crowded out through the Bronx River Parkway. East on 287 is heavy, just right off the bridge, all the way out to exit 5. Tappan Zee is heavy. South on the thruway is busy from 13 across the span. North on 287 here in New Jersey is really busy, getting up through 59 to 66. Wow. Orange County, we're seeing a lot of traffic here on Route 6 heading east or south through Curious Joel, Monroe. I think a lot of this is weather because it is raining fairly substantially up here into this section of the Hudson Valley. You know what? Let's just bring up the cameras here. We'll just dial that in just to see what our weather conditions are right now. Let's do this. Ah, beautiful fall foliage, but mass chaos. That picture was taken. So, rain is coming down at a fairly good clip. Looks like some of it may have eased out slightly. See there. All right, friends, 8 o'clock on a very busy Monday morning. Good morning. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Good morning to all of our friends here so far. Fairly kind of nuts here going into this 8 o'clock hour. That's why we're going to put up the 4 sponsors here. May not even be able to get to the full sponsorship here this morning, but I think they will understand just because of the busy nature of our morning ride. Want to go to MTA issues? Check that out. Whoa. In some ways, you also get the slippery rail condition too. So there's A, B, C, D, E, F, and M running with extensive delays in both directions after we restored third rail power in Manhattan. Oofa. That's ugly. Delays in the Harlem line because of slippery rail conditions southeast of Melrose. See, I've been doing this too long. But that's about it for the rails. Let's go back to the New Jersey incident page here this morning. Afraid to even dial this in anymore because it just gets uglier and uglier as we continue through the morning. So let's do this. 22 West, Park, that's up by Weequahic Park, I think. So the lane down there, north of the Parkway, all lanes open at 137. Broken down tractor trailer, right lane is shut north of 15W. Crash, all lanes blocked, northbound ramp to 15W. The Parkway still saying they're taking traffic off at 155A. Parkway again's got the two left lanes shut there. As we approach up into 156 is really the biggest catastrophe here this morning. If you give me 1 minute, I'm just going to dial in some other information here and hang with me for 2 seconds. All right. So we are back here. So let's see now. Um Other cameras around that area. Look at 46. I don't think this is going to show us anything. Hmm. Okay. What else could it be? This is at 155p, but these cameras don't work. At least on this side, we know the turnpike cameras are working. And this is just University Heights Bridge is still shut in Manhattan. We've got that to populate. Tunnels, might as well give you the updates as we're sitting on it. 30 on average, about 35 to 40 to George, about 35 here to Lincoln and Holland. So look for that this morning. I'm going to leave the city cameras up for a second. Let's go back to these Parkway cameras. Let's dial this in. Again, friends, I don't have full confirmation that it is shut, even though they're saying it is. I can't verify it from what I saw. But again, where Nancy was, it may have been just because she was already past 55A and they were letting that traffic out. So this is at 155B. You can see the weather is certainly cleared up much better than it was half an hour ago. This is at the Bergen Toll Plaza. Let me come up to this camera. It's still a little soggy out there, but it's not that driving, training rain that we saw again about 30 minutes ago or so. This is by 151, just a parking lot out of Essex. Look at that. South of Essex, can't even move. This is at the 145 overpass. That's busy as well. This off. Let's go to the 142 tower. You can see just ugly, ugly start to the morning. South of Colonia, we're actually fine into 136 in Clark. That's north at the top left. getting up and over the Driscoll Bridge. I want to go into Brick by 91. See what we're focusing in here. Maybe a little fog because temperatures are fairly mild for this time of the morning. Certainly much warmer than about 20 degrees warmer than it was maybe this time last week or give or take. That's in Brick. This is in Wall. This is south of 91. Tom's River tolls. Everything is good here. Okay. So let's go to the Turnpike now. Dial in 11, 13. That's at the toll plaza. That's north of 13. It's just a catastrophic crush of traffic there. Exiting the Turnpike. This is the 13A. This is south of 14. That is ugly. You may even see some flight delays here this morning. South of 46. Exiting for 46 is just a mess. Fortunately, the Western Spur cams do not work. North of that, that's where that broken down tractor trailer is. South of 16W, that's 16W there. This is 18W. 18W there. 1618E, again, that's for the Lincoln Tunnel. Crushed. Absolutely crushed. See if the 280 camera. Yeah, it's not gonna show me anything. There's usually cameras right here, and those are the ones I was trying to populate to see that whatever that crash was, but no deal. Meal or no meal. Let's take a look at this Parkway North. Let's see what our numbers are what we're looking at here. First of all, it's about from 70 to 280 is about a 10-minute backup, but then it's further from that, from 280, 26 miles, almost 90 minutes to get through there. Horrible. Absolutely dreadful, dreadful conditions this morning. Again, we hope everyone is okay with whatever is going on there, but you can see the from 1418W about 30-minute backup there. Again, the travel points here are way too far as you get further to the north. It should be even less than this between 8A and 14. It should be like 8 through 10, and then 11 through 14 is really what you need to see. But kind of where really the heaviest of the traffic is 11 to 14. Let's dial in some of the travel times here along 76 going west here from the EC 55 to 55 is about a 10-minute backup. We go 78 east, little backup here on the local side from the Parkway to the Turnpike through Hillside and Newark. Let's go 80 east. Look at those numbers. Oof. 10-minute backup from 34 to 43, 42 in that area. 287 to the Parkway. That's exits 42 through 52. 20 minutes. That's about a half an hour, 40 minutes there. These are the approaches to the George Washington Bridge. West on 80. Terrible. '80 to the New York State line is running about a half an hour. About a 10-minute backup there. The Turnpike to 78. South, that seems to be okay. 26 to 34 is running about 20 minutes there, 15, 20 minutes. South doesn't seem to be bad either. Let's check in with the FAA, shall we? Let's see if there's any flight delays. The thing is that LaGuardia about increasing to 30. Newark and Teterboro seem to be fine, and so does JFK. Okay. So we wanted to go. Where was that other? Oh, that 22 crash. I think it's right in here out by Weequahic Park. There could be a little light flooding too. Standing water only, I should say. North on the turnpike, again, just getting destroyed here through Newark into Kearney, all the way up to north of 15W. So getting to the Lincoln Tunnel is just a real challenge. And then further to the south from 11, north of 11 through 13A is busy. Parkway, heavy through Union County, both ways at 22 New Providence Road and Mountainside is crowded. North of the Parkway, 143 up to 140, really 143, straight up to 159. This is where you need to avoid altogether. Is this whole Passaic, Bergen County, this whole section here, Route 46, the Parkway, 21, 20, 80, from 23 all the way through. You know what? Let's just show you the cameras along Route 80. Started off here at, well, let's just do this. Let's go at the 206. We'll start here first, see what it looks like. Getting some rain, some beautiful fall colors, but traffic moving fine. Here it is at 15. It's just a crush of traffic. Fox Hill Road. That's heavy. 202. Just exiting for 287. This is at 287. Camera worked. There. This is just east of 280 in Montville. Eastbound heads away. Two Bridges Road. That's all right. 23. This is that camera from like the lunar lander. Look at that. Just wow. Packed in. Union Boulevard. Oof. 6. That camera's out. Here it is at Route 19. Look at that. Look at that crush. Crush. The dream has been crushed here. Now, again, that could lead some credence to it being shut, the Parkway being shut at 155, because folks are trying to get up here to go east on 80 back over to the Parkway. That would make sense now. So, again, I think that may be part of what it was. They were letting this traffic out, and then they're being it shut here at 155. Certainly, I've seen that before, to get some of those folks out of the way. This is Madison Avenue. That's got to be what it is that this is all alternate volume from this Parkway coming off of Route 19. This is at Route 20. That's looking west, though. This is out by the Parkway. It's east on the left. 80 at 17. Excuse me. 17 north. Good old Polyfly Road. Polyfly. That's my professional judgment is what we're dealing with here. Some traffic coming up off this Parkway closure now. This is starting to take on some more traffic here, obviously, because that's now, to me, that's where it looks like it is now fully in place. It looks like that maybe they've cleaned out a lot of this traffic into this accident zone just before the bridge that goes over. What river is that? Is that the Hackey? Dundee Lake. Crocodile Dundee? But that feeds into what? That can't be just Passaic River. So yeah, wow. Really, really tough morning. And this 287 thing, I don't know what the hell is going on here. It's got to be some sort of an accident now. But yeah, so it looks like just south of 66, because this is just getting just destroyed here from basically Skyline Drive 57 all the way up to 66. Wow. Wow. Again, you can trace where the rain is, where the rain was. It was all up in this area here. All of this, all of this, all of this. Traffic and weather go together, and it certainly goes together here this morning. Let's dial in Chris Janelli here from the Weather Watchers at Rutgers University with a check of our forecast. Good morning, Chris.
Let's get on with the Tri-State Traffic Show weather update. Looks like we've got a rainy start to the week, but temperatures do remain steady, even as we see cloudy skies and potential rain for the next few days. For the AM commute, there is going to be low visibility because of the fog. Starts about 8 a.m. and continues all the way around 4 p.m., where it starts to clear up a little, but we are planning on possibly seeing drizzle and maybe even showers later into the day. For tonight's lows, we have 60 across the board in Trenton, Piscataway, and Toms River, 54 and 61 up near Sussex and New York, and we've got that 60 near Wildwood and Atlantic City. Moving on to the 7-day forecast, there is that rain that I spoke of for the first few days. We've got an 80% chance tomorrow, but it lessens down to a 40% chance and finally goes away near Thursday morning, where we do start to see the sun again, and it sort of goes away again near the end of the week. The temperatures, though, looking better. 66 degrees near the start of the week and staying generally that area to the end with a 63.
Thank you, Chris, for the 7-day weather forecast here on a busy weather and traffic day all around. So we'll go back to the incident pages. We're going to run out of the incident pages before we get to back to the maps here at 8:18. Again, friends, we're on YouTube and Facebook. Comment section is open. Join our nice crowd here this morning and let us know where you're coming in from, where your commute is headed. We're going to the top of the 9 o'clock hour now here on a very busy Monday morning. So let's take in this 22 crash. Let's just dial where that is this morning. Yeah, out by Weequahic Park. We've got one lane shut there, so that's going west here with downpole and wires, so you need to be mindful of that. Grand Avenue, both directions, Hillside Avenue, Fort Lee Road and Leonia, that's shut there. Turnpike northbound, just before 14 on the car lanes, there's a crash. All lanes are open north at 137. Cranford is tied up because of another crash. It's off to the shoulder. Just gotta look at this. Gotta bring up the extra incidents here. Let's see here. A broken down tractor trailer northbound Western Spur north of 15W. Route 9 is shut down in Dennis Township in Cape May County, out by Sea Isle Boulevard there. Some sort of a crash here on the Western Spur north, the exit ramp to 15W. It looks like that is shut, so you have no access to 15W. I wish those cameras were working. Still no update here on our parkway. They're still saying that it's shut at 155A. With this investigation now still underway just before Route 46. Traffic signal down northbound south of 195 in Bordentown. Again, we've not really gotten much in the way of an update for some of these things. And again, that's just because a lot of the DOT is, I'm sure they're completely overwhelmed here this morning with just not enough staff and so forth that, you know, trying to get all this incidents in. Connor says, good morning. Good morning, sir. So grateful Rutgers and the Giants had both wins over the weekend. Wow, Rutgers actually beat Indiana. Wow, they were not looking good there for a little while. I was watching a few minutes of that game. Anna says, just drove my daughter to school. A lot of unexpected localized flooding, mostly due to leaves clogging drains, slow and steady today. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Anna. Thank you for reminding me of that. And we'll do our little PSA of the drains to keep those drains clear if you happen to have one near your house. And Alexander says, yes, Connor, go Giants. It was a big win for the program, 6-1. Big program on the road in Jacksonville. So we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. So we're almost halfway through. Oh, can you believe we're almost halfway through the NFL season? So I don't know whether the Giants have the bye or not. Jets also playing very well at 5-2. Winning it on the road is the way through to the Super Bowl, at least in my mind. Let's see. That'd be something if it was a Jets Giants Super Bowl. This never happened never happened, but that would be just absolutely chaotic. Yeah. Yep. Connor says 6-1. Yes, sir. All right. So we got those pages there for New Jersey. Let's go to New York. University Heights Bridge, which we still have the camera on right here. That's going to Manhattan. We are still shut. That the Taconic. Surprisingly, New York is actually fairly incident free, other than the University Heights Bridge. Taconic here, southbound at Baldwin Road. Alexandra says hubby is a Jets fan. He's also happy. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so that's New York. Let's go to Connecticut. 95 south before exit 6, and then north on 95 before exit 81. That's way up there in Waterford. Okay. Now let's go back to the maps. Staten Island Expressway getting hit hard. Again, a lot of this weather is now out of the way for us, but certainly has left a bit of damage behind what we're seeing. So that's east along um, Expressway. For the Goethals over the Verrazano. West on the belt is just jacked up here from basically Cross Bay Boulevard all the way out to Bay 8th Street. Inbound Gowanus is a mess getting up into the Brooklyn Bridge. You know what? Let's just do this instead of going through all those maps or whatever. We're looking at the same thing all the time. Let's just show you the cameras because that's what we want to do here. Show. And things are slowly drying out through Staten Island. Again, it didn't really rain terribly through this section, getting up to the Verrazano east on the expressway. West Shore out by Bloomfield Avenue. Highland at Arden Avenue. That's fine. Outer Bridge Crossing. East here at Clove is busy. Victory east into Richmond Avenue is just a parking lot getting into Bradley Avenue. A little fog here. West Shore of Fresh Kills Creek. Go to Brooklyn. And let's see here. We want to go, whoa, wrong one there. The Belt at Bay 8th. Look at that. Belt at Bay, Belt at Flatbush going west. That's a mess. Inbound Gowanus here is right at the BQE ramp. BQE here out by Adams Street heading south. Well, BQE at Sackett is a disaster getting up into the trench. BQE at Atlantic Avenue is a mess. Prospect Ave. Let's see, Prospect Expressway, I should say. Inbound Gowanus, that's busy into the Prospect, and then southbound BQE here at Metropolitan is that's the Williamsburg Bridge. Let's go to the Bronx now. Dial in here this morning. West of the Cross Bronx at Castle Hill, that is busy. Southbound Bruckner at the Bronx River Parkway is busy. Bronx River Parkway here at East 174th is a mess. We go to the would be the Cross Bronx to the Bronx River, but Roblox or something. Northbound on the Deegan at Willis, Cross Bronx at Clay, heading east is busy. Henry Hudson at 232 is good. The Deegan here heading south is crowded at 230th, and this is out to the outbound George. Head to Queens next. Got dialed in here. The Belt over at Cross Bay, 158. That's fairly busy both ways there. Here at Broadway is actually busy. Grand Central, 188. Some rain there. Midtown Tunnel's about a half. Jackie Robinson at Forest Park, we're okay. Westbound Queens Boulevard, what else is new? Grand Central, the Van Wyck, the Grand Central, Van Wyck at Hillside. LIE, the ramp to the BQE is busy. The Whitestone Expressway at 14th Avenue is worse. East River crossings now. Again, it is honestly for this time of the year, we're fairly mild, into the 50s and 60s. That's the Brooklyn Bridge. All these are going into Manhattan. So that's the Battery Tunnel, about 20 minutes there or so. Manhattan Bridge, Upper Roadway, Lower Roadway, we're fine. Bridge, Inner Roadway is fine. LIE, again, half an hour to 30 to 35 at the Midtown Tunnel. Endicott Lower is pretty crowded and coming inbound here into Midtown. The upper level, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Let's go back to our maps now, and we'll head out to Long Island. Long Island really is moving pretty well. Some of the delays here on the southern is just some volume, but there is no sun glare out there this morning. So, but I'm not sure where everyone is today, but this looks great. Meadowbrook, Wantagh, little light congestion at 135, then again into 39. Northern State, little crowded here up by Searingtown Road, and then into 106, 107. LIE West at Deer Park Avenue is a little busy, and then again into Vets Highway. But really, friends, that is about it. Eastern Suffolk County is terrific. I mean, maybe a lot of our friends decided just to was this some kind of a I'm not even sure. And I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but is it Diwali? Festival of Lights starts today. Of our friends could be celebrating that. So 95 here, about 19 through about 5 in Greenwich is busy. The Merritt, normal stuff here. As we get south of 52 through about 48, and then further to the south from 41 over to 33. And Bridgeport Fairfield actually is relatively well. Eastbound on 287 is crowded right off the bridge over to White Plains, but the Hutch, surprisingly, I don't know, maybe the rain it rained, but maybe it wasn't as heavy as certain other areas, that we didn't get much in the way of any kind of disastrous flooding here. On the Thruway, the Hutch, New England Thruway, Rockland County is fine. This 287 is just getting destroyed in northern Bergen. Let's continue on over to 6 by Cures Joel, Monroe, east, south along Route 6 is busy. Way 84 across the Beacon Bridge, 84 over to Lake Carmel, Brewster. Southbound 684 is really crowded into Katona. Out to Route 22, then 64 into Purchase is fine. Let's go back to the incident pages here. We're here at 8:30. Again, we're kind of just rolling coverage here this morning. Weather, 80 east at 61. Okay, flooding there, and then Route 9 north and Old Bridge lane is shut there. But I have a feeling some of this is dissipated. And again, this is not really first and foremost. Jake Brown Road, Jake Brown Road. Spring Valley Road, that seems to be okay. This is out at Route 34, Perrine Road. I don't see any flooding there. Only thing is really is the heavy traffic because of the situation along the Garden GSP now. GSP. Maybe they reopened it. Oh, no. All right. So we've got eastbound 46 Cherry Hill Road in Parsippany, a lane down with a drowned traffic light. 287 north of south of 66. We know about that one. Accident there. 19 Express north of Delancey. A lane is out there. 21 north southbound of Brook Ave in Clifton is out. Down utility pole, down wires. Let's see here. The Route 9 situation, this ramp here, I'm still trying to get a handle on that. So, yeah, this is kind of the information we are at here at 8:33. I don't really have any really great visuals to show you with this whole Parkway thing. So, again, they're still saying it's shut, and again, I think that's what the situation was when our Nancy called me and said that where she was stuck, which is right in here, and I believe that again, I am just educated hypothesis here is that they were letting this traffic get out of the way here, and then they were stopped. They were putting the closure in place here, so they didn't want any more traffic getting involved in this until they finally cleared out all of this through the accident zone here. Um, I mean, look at Route 19. Just this is evidence of all this, and then all this traffic on eastbound 80 is just getting destroyed all the way back through Route 23. I mean, there's just like no hope for recovery here. I mean, this is just insanity. And the Tacony Palmyra Bridge is now in the upright position. We'll add more damage now into the southwest section of Jersey. Show you those delays here on 73. This is actually the camera. Surprised with the camera at that intersection didn't move it further up to the bridge. So bridge upright position. So watch for that. Let's go to 19. Let's bring that in. Again, I was really surprised how kind of quiet Long Island, Hudson Valley are this morning. Just it's yeah, it's really interesting. 9 cameras, there should be one every 10 feet, and you got nothing. At UFA. This ramp at 15W has got me perplexed as well. Like I just can't grab a handle on that this morning. That's what I'm gonna do is the time. Again, DOT state police are just overwhelmed here this morning with the mass amount of incidents that are out there on the roads. So they're trying to do the best they can keep up. Again, DOT does a nice job. They really are. And so is the Turnpike Authority, do fantastic work. And again, on mornings like this, you just go with it as a tip, whatever the case is, I got to get you out of the way of it. So 287 the Parkway, say 20 minutes is well over a half an hour plus because of, the alternate volume uh, coming in because of the closure of the Parkway here at 155A. This is all this traffic, just adding all this Parkway traffic onto eastbound 80 as everyone's trying to make their way back to the Parkway to continue further north. Um, Yeah, so you can be diverted over Route 19 or 46, and that's why 46 merging back into 20 is just getting hit hard. Eastbound 46, everyone's trying to bail out of 80, trying to get a little extra movement here, coming through Totowa, Union Boulevard, Little Falls, all the way out to Route 3. But look at this parkway. It just, no, you just can't recover here. It's just from Bloomfield, south of 148, all the way to 155, getting drilled. There's nowhere for anyone to go. Um, that travel time as well. North. 280 to the New York State line should take about 26 minutes or so, an hour and 20. It's well over an hour plus delay sitting in that. Wow. 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 208 normal deal here out of Cedar Hill Avenue, all the way on to Route 4, 17 both ways. It's just a mess as you get out to uh, Park, Rochelle. Dial in. Parkway. Here it is at 155p again because of the closure of 155. That's getting into 155A. It used to be called 155p. They just didn't change the numbers here. This is by the Bergen tolls. Southbound, I think there may be a little something going on potentially there on the exit to Route 80. 65 is fine. Look at this. Right out of the Essex tolls. Wow. Wow. All the way back through Nutley. There's the Essex tolls. I'm sorry, north. Just hammered. Field. Nowhere for anybody to go. It's bad out there this morning. WFH. WFH, baby. Work from home. Do it. University Heights Bridge still shut into Manhattan. We see that. I don't think there's a I was going to take a look at this Route 9 situation. Actually, what it does show us is the conditions here in let's see what else we got here. Friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Sounds like Jim. Hello, friends. Buena Vista. Buena Vista. Do this for one brief moment because I need to call up this other page over here. Okay, there we go. We'll do that. Because I was going to try to show you, friends, the pictures from yesterday's big win. On all right, so we're good with that. We'll end the show on a lighter note as I got the photographs put up. Let's see now. All right, so 8:41 is our time. Let's do this. I'm not even sure what to do. You know what? Let's come off the roads for a minute. Let's go back to transit. Let's see if anything is populated here. This computer is like running on overload. 8:56 departure from Summit is canceled. And 7:08 departure from Long Branch is canceled. Early mechanical issues. Okay. Style and path, shall we? See what we have. Journal Square 33rd delayed. Hoboken World Trade back to normal service. Dial up the MTA. You know, we've had a lot of issues here because that third rail issue looks like we're back to basically almost normal service. Our train running between 36th Street and Bay Ridge 95th while we move a train with mechanical problems in Bay Ridge 95th Street. BQ are running with delays both directions while we address signal problems between Avenue U and Kings Highway. Or the rails. Delays here. Harlem line customers may experience 5 to 10 minutes because of slippery rail condition. Okay. Hempstead branch 750 from Atlantic Terminal to Hempstead 838, 1015 through Stewart Manor. Long Beach 739 train from Long Beach to Penn at 8:32 is operating 10-15 minutes late through Oceanside due to equipment trouble. There's your rail situation. Let's dial in the Hudson River crossings again. And we're live on Facebook and YouTube here for about the next 20 minutes. Let us know where you're watching us from. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get 200 subscribers and 200 episodes. I think we're at 118, was it this morning? I'd say about 35 on average at the George, 25 to 30 at the Lincoln, about 35 to 40 at the Holland, really heavy across the Skyway. The Skyway. Yeah, I mean, just again, the top story of where this is, the time of the morning, this is really it. You know, I know you're seeing a lot of red through here, but this is just normal stuff. LIE, Grand Central, the Belt, you know, even again, Long Island is relatively mild here this morning compared to what I thought it was going to be. The Bronx still fairly busy both ways here of the Major Deegan and the Cross Bronx, but the Bronx River Parkway is thinned out really nice. Go back again. Parkway is still being reported as shut. I mean, Parkway shut. Let's see if they've gotten any updates here now. So 2 more accidents now saying on the shoulder northbound 143, 148. That sometimes will happen, you know, and you get the stop and go traffic. People aren't paying attention. They're on the phone because they can't put the phone down for 10 seconds, or it's just, you know, it's like the biggest drug on the planet is the cell phone. You can't break that habit for some reason. 287 north here at 66 in Mawa. 73, the drawbridge is open there. 46 in Parsippany, lane is down east of Cherry Hill Road. 19, another crash there on the approach into the Skyway and the express side. Parkway, all lanes open north of 137. Broken down tractor trailer, 1 lane shut north on the western spur. This Route 9 crash and cleanup continues out by Sea Isle Boulevard. Again, the Parkway still shut at 155A because of this crash on the Parkway getting out to just south of Route 46. So mass chaos here on the roads this morning. It's also been a little bit crazy here with the weather. Let's head to Chris Gianelli in the Weather Center from the Weather Watchers. Good morning, Chris.
Let's get on with the Tri-State Traffic Show weather update. Looks like we've got a rainy start to the week, but temperatures do remain steady, even as we see cloudy skies and potential rain for the next few days. For the AM commute, there is going to be low visibility because of the fog. Starts about 8 a.m. and continues all the way around 4 p.m., where it starts to clear up a little, but we are planning on possibly seeing drizzle and maybe even showers later into the day. For tonight's lows, we have 60 across the board in Trenton, Piscataway, and Toms River, 54 and 61 up near Sussex and New York, and we've got that 60 near Wildwood and Atlantic City. Moving on to the 7-day forecast, there is that rain that I spoke of for the first few days. We've got an 80% chance tomorrow, but it lessens down to a 40% chance and finally goes away near Thursday morning, where we do start to see the sun again, and it sort of goes away again near the end of the week. The temperatures, though, looking better. 66 degrees near the start of the week and staying generally that area to the end with a 63.
Thank you, Chris. And we thank the Weather Watchers and their president, John Rocco, for helping us out with the forecast here this morning. We'll see the Weather Watchers back on the big broadcast here at 7:15 tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. So again, weather and traffic always go together, and weather really kind of wreaking havoc on our traffic patterns around the area. We also want to thank all of our sponsors, Travels with Darley, as well as the Shaved Cave, Bradford Vanilla Bean Creamery, and Maxim Motor Cars. We'll get to the full sponsors tomorrow morning, but you know them, you love them, support all of their endeavors here. It's just that it's so busy. We just want to continue on here for about the next 10 minutes, and I need to leave about the last 5 here. Show you some pictures from the car show, and on a lighter note to send you off smile here for the morning ride. Another problem here earlier, problem on 280 as we head east out in Roseland. Laurel Avenue, exit 6. I think there's a camera there, but we'll see if it works. Oh no. Oh no. What did I do? This is Eisenhower Parkway. No. Okay. Well, that's east coming towards us there. Bridge still shut. We're going to come off that camera now because I think it's tying up the computer terribly. Crossing. So I have one of these cameras running. It just seems like this computer is really where was it? What were we looking just at? What were we just looking at, friends? Oh, 280. Got jacked and tuned. East here of exit 4 into 6. Again, whatever was there is now supposedly gone. So again, really the biggest story is traveling everything north out of Union into Essex into Bergen counties, Passaic counties. This morning is just a catastrophic disaster because of the parkway closure still ongoing for about almost probably coming up on the 2-hour mark now. As you get out to exit 155A, that's going to be for Route 19 here in Clifton. That's where it's shut and still remains that way because of an investigation on the parkway from a very early morning crash out by Route 46, where it crosses over really Route 20 in that stretch of the deal. North on the turnpike is picking up, some extra volume as word gets out from our friends here in Middlesex County, really, because if you're on the parkway here, you really want to make it to the turnpike. But coming off the Driscoll Bridge, I think it's a little bit of extra traffic here on the turnpike as a result of some of this. But north, still Clark up to Cranford is heavy, and this is going to ease out here shortly as well. But it's really the heaviest of a lot of alternate volume, and the western spur is getting drilled with that broken down tractor trailer north of 15W. This is going to, from 78 up to Route 3 can probably run you about 45 minutes. And then obviously trying to get everything, trying to get up into this section of Bergen and Passaic counties is just catastrophic traffic along Route 80, Route 46. As all this traffic coming off the parkways now merging in to 80, heading east all the way out through Route 20 and into the GSP. Let's go to the cameras, dial this in again. Then at Route 15, let's just check out Morris County. Spot check here. That's moving much better. Again, there's no sun glare, so our volume is dissipating. At Two Bridges Road, fine. It's really only until you get to Route 23 where it just goes down the drain. East there, here at Union Boulevard, you'll see it. Mess into Route 19. Oof, look at that. Again, this is all this traffic coming off of northbound 19 off that parkway closure. Why 19 doesn't have any cameras is beyond me, but barely moving here at Madison Avenue. Left all the way out to Route 20. All these folks here are saying, why do I have all these, where are all these people coming from? This is out at the parkway. Let's see what it looks like at 17. That's fine. Have a little more room to negotiate. Hollowfly Road, Hudson Street, Teaneck Road, 95 interchange. Let's take in 46 now. Let's see what we can find there. 3. Union Boulevard, that camera's out. 20 and 46. Green Street up by Teterboro. There, Bergen Turnpike. Turnpike is heavy. 93. Okay. Just trying to see if I can bring in another. Well, let's just do this. Let's bring back in the parkway cameras and the turnpike. We'll show you this again. Closure here at 155A. That's why that is getting hit hard. Bergen Toll Plaza, we're fine because then you can still come off of 80 onto the parkway. And just, horrific conditions. Horrible. This is at 151 in Nutley. Just getting absolutely just destroyed here. Wow. Yeah. Let's bring in the we'll do a spot check down in Brick. Just to see what we've got there. We're okay. 5 191 89. It's ugly morning, but traffic is moving well through the Toms River tolls here. That's all right. Let's go back up to the turnpike cams. Show you south of 14. It's on the exit for the Bay Extension, if I'm not mistaken. This is just an ugly, foggy morning here. Again, temps are 55. Here, south of 14. Go to the western spur. Unfortunately, 3/4 of these cameras are all out. Don't ask me why. This is going north, and that's cleared up. That broken down tractor trailer, that's out of the way. Beginning to ease up things. We'll go back to our incident pages here. We're going to run it down one last time. All the incidents in the area. We'll do transit, Hudson Rivers, and then we will go to the pictures. So, 202 southbound Barley Sheaf Road and Raritan. The lane is down there. Overhead tractor trailer, Newark Liberty, Terminal A, level 2. All lanes blocked. PA Port Authority bringing traffic to level 1 and 3. So trying to get to level 2, that mid-level at Terminal A, now called Terminal 1. Sweet Elizabeth. It's actually not Newark. Watch for that heading to the airport. Truck fire, southbound south of 5. 2 lanes are shut now. That's new. Parkway again, two accidents there off to the shoulder. 287 northbound south of 66 in Mawa lane is down. 73, the bridge is just about ready to close up. 46 down traffic signal there at Cherry Hill Road in Parsippany heading east. Wow. Down pole 22 west of Meeker Ave, out by Weequahic Park in Newark. Route 9 both ways at Sea Isle Boulevard. That's with the down utility pole there. We know this is gone. This has got a water main break. Grand Avenue both ways, Hillside Avenue to Fort Lee Road in Leonia. Again, they still haven't updated any of this, so this is still ongoing here. Parkway going north 155A is shut because of a crash here at south of 156 and Route 46 in Clifton. The 2 left lanes are still shut there. Again, you have no access to it, but that's what they're closing up. Okay, so let's go to New York now. Northern State eastbound at Shelter Rock Road, left lane shut there. Route 9 and Wappinger, shoulder out in the sprain. 684 crash shoulder just past 6. Conic north at 41. Out throughway southbound after exit 9 in Terrytown. University Heights Bridge is still shut. Okay, so dial in the New York cameras here this morning. They were looking for it here. Boat. Anything? Anyway, let's go to Connecticut. Finish up there with our incidents. 91 crash on Rocky Hill, south 2322, shoulders out, delays at 95. Waterford north at 80. Crash, delays, normal spots there. Let's dial in transit for the final time this morning. Let's see. 856 departure from Sona is canceled, and 708 departure from Long Branch is canceled. Okay. Fire up the path system here at the top of 9 o'clock. Again, Western Tri-State Traffic Show going into a few minutes of overtime here. General Square 33rd still delayed. Mechanical issues at General Square. And then we've got partially suspended the R train, not running 36 and Bay Ridge, 95th in Brooklyn because moved the train mechanical problems there. And the B and Q still under delays both ways. Stress signal problems, Avenue U and Kings Highway. Let's go to the rails now. We have delays in the Harlem line because of a slippery rail condition, 5 to 10, southeast of Melrose. Rest of Metro North and Long Island Railroad is going to be good, and we'll finish up at the Hudson River crossings. Dial that in. About 30 on average at the George. Same thing at the Lincoln, and about 40 or so at the Holland Tunnel. All right, friends. So I think I need to bring this page back over here so you can see it. There we go. We'll blow that up. So yeah, so this is just some shots here this morning of some of the car show, some of the kind of cool cars here that were out there and about. This was a cool picture here. These two Hot Wheels Camaros. Again, this before the rain really started to come down. Very cool, great looking orange. Camaros in the. Oh, there's my car there, shined up and ready to go. Little soggy though, but still. Um, it's only water, right? Water. Actually, I just got this new phone, this new Google Pixel 7 Pro, and these are some of the shots from it. I was way away. That zoom is crazy. You're actually able to read the United on the side of the plane. Are processed. Tough to grab that shot with the phone. There's the JetBlue one. It's kind of neat. Actually, a pretty decent little spot there for plane spotting. A decent zoom lens on your camera. Oh yeah. So there we go. There's the trophy right there. There's the car. I want to thank all the friends over at London for putting on the show. Mayor Armstead, Galloping Hill Cruisers. There we go. Yeah, just a great time was had by all. If you want to, again, it was for all for a good cause and so forth. But to what do I need to do? So yeah, so it was all for a good cause, and again, just a little bit of rain slow down the fun. All right, we're ready to wrap up things here this morning. Alexander says, great shots of the car show. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for your nice, kind words there on Instagram. So I think we're going to wrap things up now for this kind of chaotic Monday morning. That's what happens when the weather goes downhill as quick as it did. So again, be careful out there. First of all, if you have any of those drains near your house or in your parking lot of your complex, so forth, please clear them out because that is going to help us out if we get any more rain during the week and any kind of spot flooding, flash flooding, however you want to dial that in. And do that's the little my little PSA, right? Also, we want to talk to you about us here, Tri-State Traffic Show. Do this here this morning. Let's bring this back into the conversation. We are at episode 118. So we picked up a subscriber. So thank you to whomever that may be at 114 subscribers, going for 200 subscribers in 200 episodes. Hopefully we can get some more than that. You know, we've got another 82 episodes to go. So again, please pass it along to all your friends, and doesn't cost them anything. Subscribe. So it helps out myself and Johnny in the Weather Center. Continue this operation at full capacity. So do that for me. That would be much appreciated. All right. So we thank all of our sponsors. Apologize to them for not getting the full sponsorship, but just it's been just so chaotic here this morning. We wanted to get to the heart of the matter, the information, the details. That's what we do here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. So we thank Travels with Darley, Crime for Vanilla Bean Creamery, Shave Cave, as well as Maxim Motor Cars. We'll do the full sponsor tomorrow. Also, thank Greg from the Weather Watchers there, doing a nice job for us in the Weather Center. I want to thank Alexandra, Connor, as well as Anna for joining us here and posting up some comments here this morning. We thank all of our friends who are joining us on the replays. Thank you for watching that. I'm starting to see that uptick a little bit in the numbers on the replays. So that is some welcome news. Maybe more people are finding out about the Tri-State Traffic Show. And again, want to thank everyone for watching. Drive safely today. Again, you got a lot of leaves down now with this rain, so it's going to make things a little bit slippery, especially coming up to intersections and so forth. And even on transit, again, just give yourself, I just say, pad that travel time by about 30 minutes. just on the chance that something comes up. Don't cut it so close. You have something really important to get to, an appointment, meeting, so forth. Um, just on the chance that something comes up where they come up with a slip of a rail condition, because it can happen, especially out there on the Morris and Essex line, where essentially you're going through, a forest, trees, and things like that. Not as urban as the areas as we get in towards the Newark, Essex County, Bergen County, Union counties. So again, just leave some extra travel time. But again, drive safely. Have a magnificent Monday. Be really careful. Slow it down. And again, have a magnificent Monday. And we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.